What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. In the last episode we got shot to the moon out of a giant cannon and arrived here at the X-naut fortress. In this episode, well, we're gonna search this place up and down for the remaining crystal star and hopefully find Princess Peach in the process. So let's get started, shall we? And get over here, you. Alright, so now that that is done, I will say this. The X-naut fortress, it's kind of small. It only, has 4 floors, but it's also very confusing because the floors look very similar. So, at least for me personally, I tend to get turned around at least once every time I go through here. So, don't feel bad if you get lost because there's only, minor differences between the floors. They all just have a hallway where there's other rooms spanning off of them, and I think maybe the actual texture of the floor is different, but that's really about it. So if you're not paying attention to the most fine details, you might get confused as to where you need to go next. Obviously the first floor is pretty easy to distinguish because it has the windows with the space background, but levels 2 through 4 are all kind of the same-ish. Anyways, we're gonna start by going to sub-level 2. We could go to sub-level 1, but I find that there's just more to do on sub-level 2 first, so we're gonna hang out here for a bit, and then we'll go back up to sub-level 1 and finish up whatever it is that we need to do up there. Anyways, here is a new type of X-naut that I don't think we've fought before. This is an X-naut PhD. They're kind of like the scientists, and they're really, really annoying because they use, potions to buff themselves up, or give them, different attributes like dodgy and stuff like that. They have 9 HP and 4 attack. Generally speaking, I tend to try and always take out the X-naut PhDs first because, well, they can do a lot of different things with their potions, and I find that they're really, really annoying. Even compared to an elite X-naut like this one, I would still probably recommend taking out the PhDs first, just because they can buff him up and make themselves harder to kill. So, yeah, if you do that, it's a pretty easy battle, not gonna lie. And we are getting pretty close to another level up, which is kind of nice. And Ruin Powder, so that confuses, all enemies if you use it correctly. I don't really want it, though, because it's not that good, so we'll just toss that to the side. I probably should do some inventory management at some point in the future. Anyways, so in this room, on the back wall, there's obviously, those panels that tell you where it's safe to step, but also, if you look closely at the floor, you'll notice that the correct panels are colored slightly differently, and I kind of use that when I'm navigating this room just because it's a little bit easier than constantly looking at the back wall. Ooh, a sleepy sheep. Don't really want that either, though, so we'll toss that to the side. Our goal right now is actually to get 3 card keys and 1 more elevator key that are hidden throughout this fortress. Then we can pretty much access every single area, which is good. And oh no! Alright, well that battle wasn't all that bad. We did manage to get ourselves a level up, so let's go ahead and put that towards FP, just because now we have 40 HP and 40 FP, so it's nice and even, and that's how I roll. Alright, so I think it's this room that I want to go into right now. Actually not yet, but there is a cog up there we need to get, and also if we activate this teleporter, that'll bring us back to the underground city of Rogueport. So if you want to go back there, you can right now, although there's really no reason to unless you want to stock up on items or something like that. I think it's this room that I want to go into. Yes it is, because right over here in the back right is this open vent that... How did I miss that, man? I guess I wasn't standing back far enough. But, yeah, you can launch yourself up here, and, there's a couple of things that you can do up here. We do need to fall down this vent, but before we do, I believe we go all the way to the left. Yeah, there's a star piece just hanging out over there. You can fall down into the other rooms, but, you don't really get anything cool. There is a room on the right that you can fall down into and, have a little Easter egg up here, but I'm not gonna bother showing that off, because it just wastes a bunch of time. Alright, so let's grab our boy Koops and grab that cog because we can use that back on sub-level 1. We'll head up there in a couple of minutes. There's still a few more things that we need to take care of down here. So, let's make our way all the way to the right of this floor. And it should look pretty familiar by now. Okay, so now that that guy is gone, like I was saying, yeah, this should look pretty familiar because if we go all the way to the right... this should be Sir Grotus's room, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go, and Hey, there's his personal bodyguard. You know what? Let's just go and take it out. Why the heck not? Wow. I don't know how I messed that up. That was really dumb. So this is an X-Yuck. It has 10 HP, 3 attack, and 1 defense. I really shouldn't have brought out Bobbery for this fight. I don't know why I did, because technically the X-Yucks counts as a floating enemy, so Bobbery's like bomb ability can't really do anything. I guess I can use this Thunderbolt. Like, I've been hanging on to it for a really long time, so might as well use it. And I think, yay, that's gonna kill it. Hooray for us! We don't even get to see what it's capable of because we killed it so quickly. Not even bad. Alright, so, yeah, you definitely just want to get rid of that guy. Well, I mean, you could just walk past him too, but if you wanna, go ahead and get rid of him for the extra star points. But then go into Grotus's room because here is another card key that we need. Thankfully, he just, like, left that out in the open for us. No need to look for it whatsoever. That's probably one of the easiest ones to get, although, to be fair, they're all, like, pretty easy to get. Like, they're not hard whatsoever. Alright, so I think there's one more room that we need to check out, and that's this one, because I think there's some important information we can find on these notes over here. So, this one says, today's code is 014029. Do not forget it. Write that down, because you're going to need it very soon. And this one says, how to activate the switch, left, right, middle, do not forget. Again, you might want to remember that because it's for something on sub-level 1. So, I think that pretty much covers everything that we need to do on sub-level 2 as for right now. There's the second elevator. We'll be coming back for that later on once we find the second elevator key. But, as for right now, I think we are safe to head to sub-level 1. So, let's head up there and do a couple more things. Find some more card keys and get some extra goodies, shall we? Because I'm pretty sure we can get some badges over here on the left side. Alright, so now that he's gone, let's head in here. Now, remember that cog that we got? This is actually where it goes. So let's place it in here, and that note said left, right, and then middle to activate this machine. And this is totally optional, by the way, but this is basically a crane game, if you will. So, if we activate this thing, a crane will come by and allow us to pick up some of those items on the far left of this room. So obviously, there is a star piece and 2 badges there. So, you hold down A to move to the left, and then you hold down B to move farther into the background. Now, those badges are the Feeling Fine and Feeling Fine P badges. Basically, they make Mario and his partner immune to things like poisoning, dizziness, I think, and stuff like that. So they're really, really useful badges, and I highly recommend getting them. So I'm just gonna go through and grab everything. This takes a while, so yeah, I'll just cut like until I'm done getting everything, and then we'll move on. Alright, so now that we got both Feeling Fine badges, let's get out of here. There's really not a whole lot else for us to do here on sub-level 1, so let's make our way all the way to the right and locate the next elevator card. Alright, oh hey, a P up D down badge. That's actually pretty interesting. Anyways, hopefully you guys remember that code that we just got from sub-level 2, because this is where you entered in. So I believe it is 014029, I think? Hopefully that's right. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, put that in and please be right. Access code accepted. Hooray! Good job, memory. You served me well today. And oh, wait a minute. You gotta be kidding me. This guy again? Or a robot version of him? Who are you, huh? You came here to get the elevator key so you can access the computer room? Yeah, I thought so. Well then, you're gonna have to beat me to get it. And if you lose, your life is mine, you hear me? Mine! So what do you say? Alright, I accept this challenge. Mwah! You're mine now! Guess what, guys? It's time for another quiz show. Not even joking. And here we go, folks. The main event, the 66th annual Quirk Quiz. Yay! If you get 5 correct answers to the following questions, then you win! But if you get just 3 wrong answers, you're toast. You don't want to be toast, folks. Well, what are we waiting for, huh? Here we go. Question number 1. Exactly what's hidden here? Well, you just told me it was the elevator key, so that. You sure about that? Yes. Yarg! You're correct! Crud! But that was an easy one! You won't do so well in the next one, I guarantee that! Here we go, sucker! Now, question number 2. What's the name of the girl in Petalburg who's waiting patiently for Koops' return? That would be Koopy Koo. I wish it was Flavio. He'd be lucky if it was. Yarg! You're correct. Crud! But that was an easy one. You won't do so well in the next one. I guarantee that. Here we go, sucker! Now, question number 3. Goomba, Lava Bubble, Buzzy Beetle, and Boo. How many feet do they have total? I think that's like 6. Yarg! You're correct! Crud! But that was an easy one. You won't do so well in the next one. I guarantee that. You say that every time. Here we go, sucker. We're on to question 4. It's elementary for non-idiots. What was the one, the only diamond star? That was the one inside of Hooktail, I'm pretty sure. You sure about that? Yes, I am. Whoa, you're correct, you jerk. You've already gotten 4 correct. You're kidding me. Well, fine. I'm gonna toss an extra hard one your way. You happy now, sucker? Probably won't be that bad. And now, question 5. What was the name of the very first champion at the Glitzville Arena? Really, that was your hard one? It's Prince Mush, man. Come on. You sure about that? Absolutely. No! Correct! That's 5 correct answers. Crud, you win! Well, that was pretty easy, honestly. Not gonna lie. I'm so mad right now I can hardly see straight. I lose! Fine, but I really hate you. Take this, you bum. Well, guess what? I don't really care what you think. Wow, that was really mature of you. Anyways, we got ourselves an elevator key. Hooray! So I guess now the only thing left for us to do is go back down to Sublevel 2, and I'll meet you guys there. Okay, so here we are in Sublevel 2. Here's the elevator. Let's put this in, and this should give us access to both Sublevel 3 and 4. 4 is actually where Peach and Tech were located, so we're not going to go there right now since there's really no point in doing that. Instead, let's hop down to Sublevel 3 and look for that last key card, shall we? And get over here. Okay, so our last key card should be inside this room, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, another one of these things. And wow, I jumped on that as soon as the light switched. I kind of thought that one always stayed lit up, like, until you actually... What? I was totally on one of the safe panels. Come on, game. Now you're just messing with me. This one's honestly not even that hard. All you have to do is just, like, follow these lit up panels. I do recommend staying on the middle panel whenever it moves, just because there is an instance, like, towards the end where this thing does reverse its direction. And if you're standing on, like, the most recent lit up panel, you'll probably get shocked and sent all the way back to the beginning of this room. And that is just lovely, isn't it? Don't worry about the item block. We'll get it once we disable the security system in this room. I don't remember what that one actually contains, but it's probably not that useful considering all the other items, like, in this area haven't been that great. Oh my gosh, can you please just take me to the chest? Yeah, there we go. Now it swapped itself, and right to the chest we go. And inside, well, we're gonna get ourselves the last card key that we need. Alright, so I'm not entirely sure where we have to take this. I kind of forgot which floor it's on. Also, wow, an HP drain. That is entirely useless. Alright, so I think we need to go back to Sublevel 2 if I'm not mistaken. So I'll see you guys there. I was entirely incorrect. It's actually Sublevel 3. Just go all the way to the right. And now we can insert our 3 key cards in, like, these weird terminals. So, see, I told you guys, I always get turned around at least once in the fortress just because the floors are just all so similar to me, and I forget, like, which is on, or which room is on which floor, you know what I mean? So, it's kind of easy to get turned around if you're me and stupid, but, whatever. Just stick on Sublevel 3 and you should be fine. Alright, so let's try and get rid of this guy. And, ooh, a maple syrup. Not bad, I'll take it. But, yeah, now that he's gone, let's toss Bobby over there, activate that switch, because we got some puzzles to solve, baby. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's actually pretty simple. Just slip through here. Now we'll very quickly swap over to Vivian. That way we can veil underneath that blockade. And that's pretty much the gist of the puzzles. Yeah, the puzzles in this game are not exactly hard. I mean, they're fun, don't get me wrong. They're just not that, like, you know, vexing to the mind, if you will. What I do like, though, is the combination of, like, you know, puzzle and platform elements in combination with the RPG elements. But, honestly, this wasn't the last Paper Mario game to sort of do that, because in Super Paper Mario, Sticker Star, and probably now Color Splash, like, it seems Nintendo has foregone the RPG elements and just tried to make Paper Mario more of a platformer, which, I mean, I get, but I don't really like. Like, sure, platforming is a part of this game, but it's a very minimal part of this game. Really, the forefront is the RPG elements and the storytelling, and even in, like, the newer Paper Mario games, the story elements are still there, but it's lacking some charm for whatever reason. I'm not really sure what it is. Like, the writing's not bad. In fact, I really, really like the story of Super Paper Mario. It's just that it's not as fun to play as the first two Paper Mario games. Like, Super Paper Mario, for instance, is sort of, you know, split up into different levels and worlds, and that sort of chops up the gameplay a lot. And I mean, I know it was to make it more casual, but I don't like that choppiness, and I don't like the world map of, you know, Sticker Star. I wish it was just one cohesive world like Thousand Year Door is, or Paper Mario 64 is, just because it makes more sense that way, and it feels like a more completed game. Whereas if you strip out those elements, it feels like, yeah, you're making your game more streamlined and, like, I guess, easier accessible for, you know, newer players, but at the same time, it feels like you're just cutting out parts of the game that are needed to make it feel like a full game, you know? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I know probably, like, people who have played the first two Paper Mario games as opposed to the newer ones know what I'm talking about. Anyways, here's a card key that we need to access the room at the top of those stairs, and whoa! Why is that guy floating up so high? I've never seen that happen before. That is really weird. There's a heal block over here, though, so let's use that real quick, and I guess we should probably get rid of this guy, huh? So, let's do that. Anyways, now that he's gone, I think that's actually a pretty good place to end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.